It's the oil that fuels India's economy and the politics that could ignite a global storm. After Donald Trump's fiery social posts warning India over Russian oil imports and mocking dead economies, New Delhi suddenly finds itself at the center of a geopolitical showdown. But this isn't a story that began last week or even last year. India and Russia's energy bond runs deep. From Soviet backing at the United Nations in the 1950s to oil for technology deals in the 70s, to a strategic partnership signed in 2000. But despite deep diplomatic and cultural ties, Russia barely figured on India's oil map until 2022. With sanctions after the Ukraine war seemingly flipped a switch, Moscow, locked out of Europe, started offering massive discounts, sometimes $30 to $40 cheaper than Brent. For a country importing 85% of its crude, India seized the moment, keeping inflation in check, refineries busy, and supplies secure.
I don't go out to buy Russian oil. I go out to buy the cheapest oil I can find, which may or may not happen to be Russian at that point of time. So my obligation as a government is to my people to ensure that they are as protected from the oil price increase as possible.
I respect the Prime Minister for his courage on this. Get it from Russia. Get it from Russia because they are willing to give you at discount.
The result? Russia shot from near zero to India's top oil supplier. In 2021, prior to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In 2022, Russia had just 2% of the share in Indian imports. Majority of the crude was from Iraq. By 2023, the Russian share surged to almost 40%, reaching a high of 41% in May 2024. The share slipped to 35% in the full financial year. So who buys this oil? Private giants Reliance Industries and Nayara Energy, a company part owned by Russia's Rosneft, leads the charge. Their mega refineries in Gujarat turn cheap Urals crude into petrol and diesel that power India and get exported worldwide. Government refiners like the IOC, BPCL and HPCL are heavy buyers as well.
We did an analysis, my secretary who's sitting here and some of my other colleagues, that if more and more people were to buy from the other OPEC sources, you know what would have happened? Prices would have gone up minimum to $130, $140 a barrel. So if we were buying from any source that we could, I think we should be applauded. Oil products. Turkey, the largest buyer, has purchased 26% of Russia's oil product exports. Turkey, you know which group they belong to. Followed by China, 13%, and Brazil, 12%. Now we come to LNG, natural gas. The EU was the largest buyer. EU is the European Union, purchasing 51% of Russia's LNG exports, followed by China, 21%, and Japan, 18%.
Interestingly, European countries who took a tough moral stance by sanctioning Russia had no issues with buying petroleum products from India, often refined from Russian crude. In 2023, India exported about $6.65 billion worth of petroleum products to sanctioning countries. The export to European Union rose dramatically to $15 billion in 2024. Estimates say that nearly half of the crude for these products was originally sourced from Russia. Trump's latest threats add to the tension, but India insists this is about survival, not siding. New Delhi's stance is clear. Cheap crude keeps petrol affordable, inflation tame, and the economy moving. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.